What's up, guys? Welcome to Box Football, and we're here to talk about Liverpool and the chance of them doing a quite remarkable quadruple. Never happened in the English game. I think in Spain, Barcelona have done the treble. Bayern has like done the treble. PSG have done a domestic quadruple. But in terms of the English game, the only team is able to do anything close to that was Manchester United winning the treble in 1999. And how many times have we heard about that story?
Right.
But based in the Premier League era, Jack, this is there's a possible chance that Liverpool could be the first team to win the quadruple. Now, Man City, we had a video last year talking about Man City because they won the League Cup. They were on the cusp of winning the league. They got to the Champions League final, of course, and then they were in the semi-final of the FA Cup. And unfortunately, they fell short in the Champions League and the FA Cup. Now, Liverpool, they've just won the League Cup. They are second in the table, one off Manchester City at this moment of time,
Yep.
like 7 games to go. Yes, they're in the final of the FA Cup and in the semi-final of the Champions League against Villarreal.
The
Jack,
weakest opponent. We'll put that in speech marks because we know how tough they're going to be. But yeah,
but Jack, is there a chance that Liverpool can win do the quadruple? And do you believe they're going to do it?
I don't believe they're going to do it. I just think in a final anything can happen. Do I think they can do it? Yes. But what I want to kind of talk about here, because I think you and I both think they can do it. I'm going to say they won't do it because I think, like I said, anything can happen in finals. Now, they've got one of them tied up already. I think we know that Man City are still in the driving seat in the Premier League, and obviously there's still two major finals to play against very good level of opposition in Chelsea and either Real Madrid or Manchester City. So, there's a lot of work to do. Can they do it? Yes. Will they? I'm going to say no. But I guess I wanted to ask you those questions first. Do you think they'll do it? And do you think they can? And do you think they will? Because it's two very different questions.
Again, Jack, I feel like the one thing about the quadruple is that you can't mess up.
No,
You have to be
no,
almost perfect.
yes,
Coming up. And to me, that's hard because Jack, we've seen teams come very close to doing it. Arsenal in 2004, Manchester
right.
United in 2009, Man City in 2018, Man City last season. Like they have teams who come so close to winning the quadruple. It's rather a semi-final there, a final there. It's margins. It's margins. But at this moment of time, Jack, these margins that we talk about, Liverpool are getting away with it. Jack, let's be truthfully honest. The League Cup final against Liverpool, they were against Chelsea. They were outplayed,
Yeah,
and it got to a point where it got to penalties, and it went all the way to the goalkeepers where Kepa blasts it over the bar. So
great
Jack,
to see that though. Not gonna lie.
but Jack, we're talking about margins in this situation.
Yeah,
This race against Manchester City, of course, you say Manchester City has the easier tie, but can you see Liverpool winning all 7 of their games? Yes, yeah.
sure.
The final against Chelsea, it's going to be tough. But and to me, it's like if you say Chelsea can win it, I totally agree with you because on a one-off game, Chelsea are a match for any team in the world. Chelsea are
Right.
a fantastic team, one of the top 5, even 10 teams in the world. But when I look at all these components, when I look at the way these stars align, Jack, I think they're gonna do it, Jack. I
Do you
hate to say
really?
it, I think they're gonna do. I listen. I don't want it to happen. I want myself to be wrong.
There it is.
Yeah, I want to be wrong. Please,
Right.
because I can't stand Liverpool fans. I can't do it. But I don't know. There's this certain aura and swagger about them that they can go to any stage, right, any game and win. You look at Liverpool's run recently in games that they've only lost games that like they kind of were able to lose, like Inter Milan. They were able to lose that game because they already won the first
Yeah,
game,
that
not
you
winning
can
against
you
Ben.
can you can rest if you've earned the right to rest, and they've earned the right to rest. But James, here's where I want to take the conversation because I think you and I will differ on this. If Liverpool win the quadruple, is it the biggest, most important, notable achievement in the history of football? At least in the Premier League era, at least. Is it for you the biggest achievement in maybe even in European football? I mean, we can talk about the three-peat for the Champions League and I don't know, but for you, how big of an achievement is the quadruple?
I want to keep this mainly to English football because I feel like this is
Okay.
different kind of worms
Okay.
going
So let's
into
do that.
Spanish football because
Let's
Spanish
do that.
football only have three. They only you can only compete on three domestic.
Sure.
I mean three fronts. So in England there's four fronts. In England's terms, to me it'll be the greatest achievement. You know, Manchester United's treble outstanding. We know there's about 50 books and videos, documentaries, movies, Jack, about it. We've seen the class of '99, all that sort of stuff there. But for them to win that extra trophy, for them to play them extra 6 games to win the League Cup, plus adding what the Champions League has in tow for them, plus being able to topple a team as great as Manchester City, you know, and Jack, they could do it in not just one competition. Jack, they could do it in 3 different competitions. Yeah. To me, I feel
Well,
like it
hey,
would be the
Man
greatest
City were
accomplishment of
in the
all time.
Carabao Cup. Man, they
Yeah.
could have. You'd argue it was in
No,
four
but
because
no,
they
no,
would have
but
probably been favourites in one of them as well.
the fact that they're gonna have to face, they've already beaten Manchester City in the FA Cup final. They could face them in
Right?
the Champions League final, and they have to overcome Manchester City in the League Cup. I mean, in the Premier League. Jack, it's like, to me, when I look at the totality of it, Manchester United have three. Yeah, Liverpool could get all three of what Man United had plus the extra one. To me, that is the greatest accomplishment. And also, Jack, you must think about this: is that, let's say if they do go on to win all four, there's a chance that could they win the Community Shield? Then Community Shield, could they win the Super Cup? Super
Right.
Cup, could they win the Club World
Seven
Cup?
sextuple. Yeah.
That's seven. I don't know what you call it,
Right.
but there is a chance that they could take it all,
Yes.
and it's never happened in the English game.
Look, that's massive. That is massive. And listen, I'm not gonna try and dismiss what a quadruple is. We know how amazing the treble was and how you already referenced it, how there's 40 different documentaries and 20,000 different interviews and films and all this kind of stuff, right? But it is second to me behind Leicester City's title victory. And here's my case in point. I'm going to put my Skip Bayless hat on, and I'm gonna start talking about it now, right? Leicester City in the 15-16 season had a wage bill of £80 million. And with what they were able to do with what they had, with what was there, and what they were able to do and achieve is way, way beyond the realms of what was even remotely possible in that season, right? They were 15th, James, in terms of wages. Now, we know how much of an indicator wages are compared to relative success. Just so that you know, this season, Liverpool have roughly £314 million on it. So if Leicester City was at 80, that's almost 4 times the amount of money that they're spending on the players that they have. In every single one of those 4 competitions, Liverpool was either going to be favourite or a top 2 favourite, I would say, for every single one of those 4 competitions. Now, does that make winning all 4 any easier? No, it doesn't. And like I said, it would still be, for me, the second biggest achievement. So trust me, I am not somebody who's going to sit here and go, oh, it was easy, oh, it was this, oh, it was that. For me, I like to give credit where it's what you can do with less. When you can do more with less, having the 15th highest wage bill and what Leicester City were able to do, defying all odds, was crazy. I think that my main kind of final point here, if Liverpool didn't make it to at least 2 or 3 finals, or at least have a title challenge this year, we'd be considering it a failure. Leicester City, if they'd made top 4, we'd be calling it a wild success that year. If they made Europa League, we'd be considering it a wild success. Top half of the table, wild success. Avoiding relegation, we'd have probably called it a success. Winning the thing, unbelievable. So to me, just to me, because it's such an albatross, it's such a wild card, right? I'm going to pick the Leicester City one above it. That's not to diminish what the achievement would be, but I just think that it's harder for Leicester City to have won the league that year than it would have been for Liverpool to win the quadruple.
Jack, now,
I know that's a bit of a hot take.
no.
Let me hear your thoughts.
You're interestingly enough, I do agree with you. When you look at Leicester City's odds and just how improbable it was going into last season when they had the great escape and they somehow avoid relegation, for a team to go on next season, be the best team in the league, is, Jack, it's the greatest accomplishment in English in like English football. And again, if you want to delve deep into this, we can go into the fact that Aston Villa winning the Champions League in that time,
Huge.
Nottingham Forest winning it. All like we can go into that, but again, I want to keep it till the day the Premier League started in 1992,
Yeah, I
and like
agree.
onwards at this moment of time. And Jack, the Leicester City winning the Premier League is to me
And again,
the most astonishing thing I've seen.
my
But
final thing, just because I have it on here ready, and I'll kick myself if I didn't bring it up. Obviously, with the Wembley results that happened recently, since the Premier League began, Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, Man City, or Man United have won 28 of the 30 available Premier League titles. They've also won 26 of the 30 FA Cups. That to me just says that, look, you need to be in this elite list of teams to even have a chance of winning it. You didn't hear the name Leicester City there mentioned once. And that wasn't a team that was on the outside looking in, like a Spurs or somebody like that, right? That was Leicester City.
No,
right?
Jack, you're totally right in the point of view of how great it was and how remarkable it was. But when I look at the point of view of the quality teams and like you're looking at, let's say, doubles, trebles, to do a quadruple
easily second, by the way. It beats the treble, Man United's treble, easily.
It's huge. The Leicester City stuff, like that is the most remarkable thing I've seen in English football. But again, if Liverpool can do this, which I hope that they don't.
James,
I hope that they don't.
Where does the Unbeatables sit on that list? So let's say
the Invincibles. Top 5.
That's what I'm saying. So
you say
figuratively, let's say that number 1 is Leicester. Number 2 would be maybe a quadruple if they do it. Let's say maybe 3 was the treble season. Is it 3rd? Does it replace that treble for Man United, or is that or is it 4?
Do you know what it is? I feel like you got a few ones in there. You got the Manchester City, obviously the 100 points team there. You got all 3 domestic trophies from Manchester City in 2019.
Manchester
and then,
United's great treble with Jose Mourinho.
Relax. And the Invincibles is to me a top 5 in there. But again, we can go into that kind of warm rooms. If Liverpool do it, we're gonna get into a video. How about that?
Oh, for sure.
If Liverpool do it, we're gonna get into what's the greatest accomplishment in English football, guys. And if you want to see that, please comment down below. But guys, tell me, can Liverpool win the quadruple? Comments down below, man. Okay. But guys, like, share, and subscribe, and we will see you next time.